What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we will go over the mental side of fighting games, mental stack and fatigue. Let's get started. Mental stack is how much attention and priority you're devoting to a specific thing. This differs for every player at every level, as tendencies and experience are vastly different at every level. So don't feel bad if other players in the same rank can do something that you can't do. There are so many possible scenarios that can happen in a split second during a game, and you need to pay attention to prevent all the possible scenarios, which is practically impossible. So we need to pick and choose which ones are more deadly than others and prioritize them. When we learn about spacing, we know that each button has a specific range, so the closer we are to our opponent, more choices will be available and vice versa. When we are slightly out of the crouching medium kick range, we'll only have to worry about the heavy buttons, fireballs, jump ins, drive impact, and drive rush, etc. That's still quite a bit of options to worry about. But what beats all of those options except one? Crouch blocking will be the correct answer, because regardless what they press, except jump ins, you'll be safe. Fireball and heavy buttons in most cases in this range will be minus, so you can take your turn afterward. If you're not near the wall, then blocking a DI isn't a bad choice either if you can't react to it with your own. If they drive rushes with a button, yeah, they are plus, it's still their turn, but at least they're not really doing any damage to your health bar. After considering all of that, the highest priority will be to prevent jump in, so anti-air game has to be on point at this range, and that will be the top of the list of your mental stack. Countering drive rush and DI will be right behind it, and everything else will be under them. Don't feel like you need to be able to react to everything, because even the pros can't do that. For example, look at Tokido. He got DI twice in the corner and he never reacted to it. So be okay to give up something less threatening so you can prioritize things that will kill you or shut down your opponent's flowchart game and not overloading yourself. I like to categorize most players into 4 buckets. Jumping bunnies, which are mostly under platinum, but they exist all the way throughout master as well. Brawlers, like this Marissa matchup you're looking at right now, they just want to go hams, keep swinging, like a street fight, you know? And then there are turtles, which are mostly people who play zoners or use fireball as main part of the strategy. And then the crouching medium kick abuser, which is mostly like Juri, Ken's, Cammy, even Chun-Li or Ryu as well. But that's their best fun, you know? So they gotta do what they gotta do to utilize their character strengths, so I don't blame them. But based on character, you have these archetypes to get a baseline knowledge of what they're trying to accomplish with their buttons, right? So throughout the match, you can pay attention to their behavior to figure out their flowchart. What type of players are they? What are they trying to accomplish? Are they waiting for me to whiff buttons, or are they aggressive themselves, right? If they are aggressive themselves, then I can just wait for them to make mistakes. Or if they're not making mistakes, then I need to start pressing button to counter their pressure. So it's not always just about playing passive to gather information, but it's about gathering information. On defense, are they using reversal to wick up a lot? Are they parrying or blocking on defense when I'm pressing my buttons? Are they mashing on wick up? Do they know my safe jump setups? Do they know the counters to these things? These are questions you need to ask yourself each match to gather the information in order to counter their strategy. Once you have gathered these notes, you can use these knowledge against them. You're not the only human in this match, so your opponent is also under stress trying to deal with mental stacking based on how you play as well. If you haven't jumped all match, maybe it's time to jump to surprise them. If you have a reset trick up your sleeve, maybe it's time to pull it out to finish off the match. If they're using reversal a lot, maybe it's time to, bait it for a big damage combo instead of going for your regular Oki setup. Overloading their mental stack and doing what they least expected of you will throw them off their game and open the path to victory for you. Playing well in a fighting game takes a lot of mental energy and focus, whether you like it or not, so sometimes you're probably more tired than you think you are after playing some matches. If you're missing some anti-airs, dropping combos that you rarely drop, or you're losing matches that you should have won, these are signs that you should probably just take a break before you continue to grind, get some water, cool down a little bit so you can focus up in the next set. I started off the session today pretty well, playing against a lot of JPs, and then I went on a 4-game losing streak before I won 3 in a row, and then I went on another massive losing streak and dropped down to Diamond 4. But no worry, take a break, take a breather, relax. Eventually the points will come back, and just like that, I get back to Diamond 5. So losing is gonna happen to all of us. Losing streak happens all the time, but most of us won't take a break until we are tilted more than the Leaning Tower of Pizza. So remember to take your breaks, and then the winning streak will come once you're focused and refreshed. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something. And until next time, it's time to nod off.